Former Attorney General has become the latest Conservative MP to call for the Prime Minister to go. Let's get more on this straight away, live to our political correspondent, Ali Fortescue, all, of course, in the wake of Sue Gray's damning report, Ali.
Yes, that's right. What we've seen the last few days is a trickle of letters being sent to Sir Graham Brady, the chairman of the 1922 committee. It takes 52 letters for a vote of no confidence to be triggered. And the latest letter to go in today is from Jeremy Wright. This brings a total now to 25 letters, according to our spreadsheet. He is a former cabinet minister, former culture secretary. I'll just read you. So it's interesting. He posted this on his website since, though, his statement has been deleted from his website. But it did say, before it was deleted, it now seems to me that the Prime Minister remaining in office will hinder those crucial objectives. I have therefore, with regret, concluded that for the good of this future of this and future governments, the Prime Minister should resign. So making it clear that he thinks the Prime Minister should resign. Therefore, we think he probably has sent his letter into the 1922 committee. And he had been someone, like many others, who had been on the fence, hadn't confirmed whether or not they wanted to see the Prime Minister go. And we know that 35 MPs are publicly questioning the Prime Minister. And of course, that is a number of people that are publicly speaking out. We know that in reality, more MPs could have sent their letters into the committee. Remember when Theresa May faced a vote of no confidence, the number of publicly declared letters was actually half that that were really in. So the numbers couldn't be quite what they seem. But of course, this comes after an extraordinary week where we had the full Sue Gray report, the damning detail. And I think speaking to MPs last week, the sense you got was that some thought that the details, in particular things like details about wine on the wall, details of treatment of cleaners and staff, details of a person being sick at one of the events that happened in Downing Street, I think they all found it really embarrassing. And I think some weren't quite happy with the Prime Minister's response. They didn't quite think he was contrite enough. They think that this is a culture that has started from the top. And that is why we are seeing those letters slowly being handed in. But I think people have really wrestled with themselves over the weekend. I was speaking to one MP that handed in their letter over the weekend who said it was a really difficult decision. They sent a letter out to constituents. They didn't really want to make a big fuss of it, but MPs are unhappy, and that is why we are seeing more letters being handed in. We are, of course, not at that threshold yet of 54. Remember, we did have a huge package of support being announced just last week, the day after the Sue Gray report, when the Chancellor announced £15 billion to help people with the cost of living. The government, of course, want to shift the focus onto their domestic agenda, but we are seeing the pool of MPs unhappy with the Prime Minister growing by the day, and that, I think, will be very concerning for Downing Street.
Ali, many thanks indeed, bringing us up to date there on breaking news. You can see at the bottom of your screen, Jeremy Wright, former Attorney General and Culture Secretary, becoming the latest Conservative MP to call on Boris Johnson to go. Well, if you scan the QR code on your screen right now, you can follow all of today's political events live on the Sky News Politics Hub, including Sky News' very own producer Tom Larkin's List. Larkin's List, also known as Tom's Tally, that catalogues the Tory MPs that have spoken out recently against the Prime Minister, and that spreadsheet is now growing, isn't it? All on the Sky News app and website.